Brew, did Dak and the Cowboys finally have an A-plus game, the coveted A-plus game?
Before I get to Dak and the players, I got to deal with Jerry Jones.
Why?
All right, because of that comment. All right, Jerry's been good for several months, right? Since the take a bow comment, we haven't heard foolishness like this. And I can only chalk it up to one of two things. One, he is either, it's just the overly excited rantings of, a guy that's a little up in age. So I'll give you that. Okay. Or two, and you're not going to want to hear this, Nick, but he's lowering the bar. I mean, seriously, like he's saying it's not really about winning Super Bowls. It's about having fun. It's about having some great experiences. It's about getting better every single day.
Well, that's good.
And playing, but no,
good.
He's lowering the bar. Oh. He's saying we had a great game today. This is the best it's ever been. Because if I'm right, he's looking at Philly. He's looking at San Francisco and saying, we can't beat them.
Hold on.
And this is my point with Jerry. I'm just throwing it out. It's one of two things. Okay. The overly excited rantings of an older guy, or he's lowering the bar. Jerry, this is what you were up against.
The Commanders.
Not a behemoth. Not a juggernaut. Not a powerhouse. A tomato can.
Can I ask a
question? And I know you want to talk, they're good. No, they're selling off players. Chase Young is gone.
That's fine. Can I ask a question real quick before you give your grade just quickly? Can we retroactively remove teams from the tomato can category? Okay. Like the win over the Rams, is that now no longer a tomato can win because the Rams might make the postseason?
I don't think the Rams were up. The Rams were never
we have a Rams tomato can.
Well,
then
I don't believe
people
so.
at Bellinopoly because we have a Rams tomato can.
I don't believe they were a tomato can.
Right, going through the tomato cans.
I got to give Jerry a grade first, though. Before I deal with Dak and the crew. Jerry F for foolish. Okay, we can get rid of the Rams. Okay. but not the Commanders. Okay, F for foolish, Jerry. All right, now let me get to Dak.
Please.
All right. And the crew, because it's not just Dak. Mm-hmm. It was impressive.
Yeah.
All right, Daron Bland.
Hello.
Congratulations,
you called
my
that
man.
one. That's correctly called by
Daron Bland breaks the record, gets his pick six, his fifth. Greg, you probably more amazing about this than any of us. 5 pick sixes in a season.
Shout out Jim.
And that run back was great too. I don't know what the Commanders were. That's what I mean. Wildes tomato can. They should have been able to tackle him.
They're offensive players.
Mac Jones missed a tackle.
They're running into each other. All right, now here's how great Daron Bland has been. Look at this stat. In the NFC East, he is third in TD catches. A.J. Brown's got 7, C.D. Lamb's got 6. Good. He's got 5 with Devontae Smith. So fantastic for him. Dak obviously was great. Highest passer rating of the season.
So what's the grade?
They were excellent. Look, you want an A+. Yeah. I save A+s for... They still have not beaten a good team yet. All right, I give them an A. When they beat somebody, how about this? With a winning record. When they beat somebody with a winning record, when they beat somebody that's not sold in the produce department of a supermarket, then I will give them the A+. But right now, that was an A.
Okay, go ahead.
It was an A. And I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. Anytime you can pull your starters and they're on the sideline eating turkey legs,
pretty good,
celebrating, your job well done, guys. Like this, you mentioned a lot of it. Daron Bland, obviously. Micah Parsons got in on it with a sack and a half or whatever. Yep. Obviously, Dak has been playing lights out. But I think what was most impressive is we didn't see Dak have this electrifying game surrounded by a great performance from C.D. Lamb. We saw it with others. Yep. Ferguson. We saw, obviously,
Tony Pollard scored
the touchdown. We're seeing other guys
played well.
Cooks played well again. We're seeing other guys play crucial and vital roles in their success, which is what they're going to need moving forward. For me, when I look at this team, I don't care if they're playing tomato cans or juggernauts. Like, the way that they're winning these games are impressive because there are several teams that have played these tomato cans of what you call them, and they don't win this way.
I just think at this point, the Cowboys have to have earned the respect that this is an excellent team. Now, can they beat the San Francisco 49ers specifically? I don't know. But since being humbled by the Niners, they have responded by playing great football. Yes, they lost to the Eagles, but I don't think anyone thinks they played terribly in that game.
No.
That was a back-and-forth game. And Dak
question.
specifically, we can show you, since that loss to the Niners, leads the league in everything,
Russian.
is not turning the ball over, and the Cowboys are on the verge of a third straight 12-win season.
Yep.
That's only been done by, I think, 10 teams in NFL history, 3 or more 12-win seasons. And yes, I agree, Brew, that it will all be for naught if they have a disappointing or embarrassing end to the postseason the way they've had the last couple of years. But if you were to ask me, what do they need to do after beating the Niners, short of going undefeated the rest of the way, they would have done that up to this point.
Yeah.
So, and I think they're going to beat Seattle on national TV on Thursday, and then they set up a chance to split with the Eagles. And so that's all you can really ask for after that Niners
The
game.
problem is playoffs, very few tomato cans. Every once in a while, NFC South will sneak one in there, but very few. All right, Brew, more or less impressed with the Ravens after last night's
Sounds
victory?
a lot like Jalen Hurts.
A little bit.
You know? All right. It dawned on me over the weekend. The irony of me picking the Eagles and the Ravens to reach the Super Bowl. Two dull and boring teams. Because I'm flashy.
Yeah.
I'm effervescent. You know what I
You're
mean?
him.
So for them for me to pick them, it's really ironic. All
I
right?
didn't know you were flashy.
But
Neither did I.
flashy, yeah, all that. Stylish, you know,
I didn't know
effervescent, all
any
that
of those
stuff.
things.
All right, so it's
I see you
ironic,
every
but
day.
I just looked at the best teams,
Yeah.
and this is what I see. And here's the deal. If you want the bells and whistles, if you want the French pastry, if you want and I'm going to say it, the break dancing, go somewhere else. But if you want tough Greg Jennings, hard-nosed, cold weather, Mike Ditka, Ray Lewis style football, give me the Ravens.
Okay, can I?
Give me the Ravens. Nick, hold up.
Sorry.
A team,
want the
they
French pastry?
faced a desperate,
Brew.
very talented team with a very good quarterback that had put up 17 points on the Cowboys and the Chiefs. They put up 38 points on the Detroit Lions. They put up 27
Nobody
points on the New
questions their
York Jets, who have a good defense.
Nobody questions the Ravens' defense.
And they held them to 10.
Yeah, nobody. I'm not worried about that.
Okay, you want to question the offense?
Yes.
It's the first time in 6 weeks that they haven't
Brew.
scored more than 30
Right,
points.
and so hold on, Brew.
So they've proven they can score. Yesterday they didn't look great.
Brew,
They've scored over 30
Brew.
points in the last 6 weeks. Five times in the last 6 weeks.
Okay, so let's get into it because I don't think the offense is reliable. I thought they were going to blow the game. It was like two teams that love blowing games at the end, so they ended up not. But up 10 in the second half, I thought the Ravens were going to find a way to lose it. Maybe I am just so polluted from hearing you specifically rant and discredit every team that has a massive offensive night against the Chargers by telling me it is a historic passing bad defense.
Yeah.
You have when Goff had a great
Got a
game.
point.
When Mahomes,
Dallas
when
beat them,
Dak,
what, 2017?
when Tua. No,
That's a
but
massive
every
day.
no,
They're the worst,
Brew.
though.
Hold on, Brew. You have repeatedly throughout the year talked about how the Los Angeles Chargers are on pace to have the worst pass defense ever as part of your indictment on Brandon Staley, their defensive coach.
He's gotta
And
go.
so Baltimore scoring essentially 13 points in this game.
What was the final score,
No, I know
Rob?
they scored 20 because he
20.
didn't go down. He probably should have gone
No,
down.
he shouldn't have. Take your point, Zay.
Okay,
Greg
so
knows I'm right.
Here
Get
is
that
the other
touchdown.
concern I have, and Greg, I'll ask you this because I do not trust the Ravens offense. Flatly. I will say that. Defense is great, don't trust the Ravens offense. I also don't know how effective it has been this year against the teams they will need to play to make the Super Bowl because we can show you Lamar AFC versus NFC. If you don't play Lamar but once every 4 years, he lights you on fire, and so do the Ravens. Against the AFC, okay.
24 points?
They've been fine.
They're not going to give up 24.
If the question is, am I, Greg, more or less impressed? I'm less impressed with Baltimore after last night.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. I was less impressed, and I think one of the things, and I'll just add this really quick, the absence of Mark Andrews, them not having Mark Andrews the last
Showed up.
5 weeks of this, it absolutely reared his head. Like, he is just the constant. He's a safety net. We all know every quarterback has that player. Like, it's Travis Kelce. It's
Not
like
every
Patrick-
quarterback.
Well, every team doesn't have a quarterback. I'm sorry, Wildes. But most quarterbacks have that guy that when they step on the field, it's like, you're my guy. You can just give them a look, and you know what they're going to do. You know their mannerisms. You know how it's going to be so that you can get them the ball. That's Mark Andrews for Lamar Jackson. Without that, you got Rashad Bateman, who's going to have to step up. I thought he had a good game.
rookie Zay
We
Flowers.
obviously know Zay Flowers is a player, but who else? Is OBJ going to be that guy?
He's playing a
Likely,
little
I
better.
like what he's been doing, but he's not Mark Andrews. So it'll look a little different now that Mark Andrews is no
offense
longer in that
looks shaky.
offense.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.